Well, it's the middle of January 2020 and this Royal Enfield here is a 500 and it goes in the count as being Asbo number 35. This one I've had the top end apart, not the bottom end, so everything down there is standard. We haven't shortened the cylinder barrel, but I fitted the 9-to-1 type piston, which meant that the cylinder had to be bored out to accept it anyway. So as it needed a rebore, I went for 40 thou oversized to boost the capacity up a little bit, probably around about 510, 515 cc now, roughly off the top of my head, which also helps the compression ratio a little. I've had to change the valve guides in the cylinder head because the valves were a bit sloppy in them, although the valves cleaned up nicely, so they've been polished up and reseated and used again. There was a broken exhaust valve spring. The inner spring is in 3 pieces, so I fitted new competition springs. There's the old piston. I'm very pleased with the porting job I did on the cylinder head on this one. It came up really nice. I mean, I try my best to do all of them as well as I can. This just turned out really better than I could have expected. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do, or try and do a no tricks startup. See, the exhaust is stone cold. I haven't run it. I've raised the needle a notch in the carburettor because it was actually set too low, so I put it back into the middle groove in the monoblock carburettor. I don't even know what jets we got in the carburettor yet. It's as it was when it came here, but I'm going to attempt to start it up and just see if it starts, which hopefully it will, and what it runs like if it does start. So as usual, I'll park the camera over here somewhere. I've also checked the ignition timing and I had to adjust that a little bit. It was a little bit retarded actually, so just advance that a touch. I'll pop this down here then and let's see what happens. Fuel on. Switch to reserve, I think. Here we go. Float chamber's filling now. Here's the float starting to rattle when I press the tickler. And my finger's just starting to get a little bit wet. That's it. Put my step where I need it, next to the bike lift. Reach to start it. Switch on. Right. What's it gonna do? Well, we've got to back off the decompressor adjustment a little. It's blowing down. Yeah, it's blowing down that decompressor. Sort that out afterwards. Right. Okay, so I've got the decompressor cable routing and adjustment to deal with, but other than that, I seem quite willing to start. Sounds alright, got very good compression. sounds quite happy with life, that. I'll run it for a little while, get it warmed up, check a few things over, and then I don't think I'll be doing it today because it's on the brink of going dark and it's just started raining, but I think very soon will come the time for a test ride on it. But we got a runner. Oh, the other thing that I did with this one, as I do with a lot of them when I fit high compression pistons and raise the compression ratio, is I had the timing cover off and I retarded the inlet cam timing 1 mark off the dots. That should boost the power, the top end power a little. Mid-range and top end power should be increased. It should be able to rev a little bit harder overall as well, and it'll just reduce any tendencies towards pinking and make it slightly easier to kick start it as well, because the inlet valve was shut that little bit later when the piston's on its way up on the compression stroke. I've done it on quite a lot of 500s, on a few 350s, and it works very well. All I would say is that on the 350s you've definitely got to raise the compression ratio, whereas it can benefit the 500s in pretty standard form. That all sounds okay. I suppose the next things that I'll have to do with this one is just check that there's adequate fuel in it, and check the tyre pressures and so on, sort out that decompressor cable, and then think about taking it for a test run, see how it goes. I won't really be able to ring its neck because it's got a brand new piston and rings in there and a new bore, so I'll have to go relatively easy on it, but I'm sure it'll probably go very well, and when it's loosened up it'll probably run rings around any ordinary 500 in standard trim. So watch this space and we'll take a ride on it soon. It sounds like it means business. Very promising. I'll get on with that decompressor cable next and get it ready to go for a run.